Soldier 76. I am Athena. I will be guiding you through the Overwatch training program. Now, where is she?
Wait for me! Hiya! Tracer here!
Let's get started. Please use your controls to look at Tracer as she moves around the room.
Over here!
Excellent. Now watch Tracer run to the center of the room.
Here I am!
Let's go over the basics of movement. Follow Tracer as she moves around the hangar. Continue following Tracer. Keep following Tracer. Excellent. Jump up onto the ledge and go through the blast door.
Bye!
Welcome to the target range. Please proceed to the highlighted area. Let me walk you through the basics of combat. Your portrait is displayed in the lower left corner of your screen. That's you, Soldier 76. Next to it is your current health. If it reaches 0, you die. Your primary weapon is your heavy pulse rifle. I'll get you something to shoot at. Aim through the crosshairs in the middle of the screen, moving over the training, then fire. Nicely done. You can also strike a target near you with a melee attack. Move next to the training bot. Aim, then strike it with a melee attack. Enemies in the field may be a little harder to hit than that one. Let me get you something a little more challenging to shoot at. Enemies like these training bots are marked with a red outline. Damaging an enemy causes their current health to display above their head. Most weapons fire before they need to be released. Nice shooting. Your current ammo is displayed here in the bottom right of the screen. If you run out of ammo, or you can manually reload. There's one bot remaining. Great work. That covers the basics of your weapon. Next, we'll go over your abilities. We'll begin with Sprint. Please go to the highlighted area in the center of the room.
Yeah, Bumbo's not that small. It's not even a baby one.
Move to the highlighted area. While moving forward, you can activate Sprint to run faster. Try it now. In addition to Sprint, you also have the ability to heal yourself with Biotic Field. To demonstrate it, I need to damage you slightly. Now, deploy a Biotic Field.
Heals coming
You will
up.
heal while you're within the glowing area. Note that you will have to wait a short time before using that ability again. This cooldown time is displayed over the ability icon. Your rifle is also equipped with Helix rockets. You can launch a volley of rockets in the direction you're aiming. When the rockets explode, they also damage nearby enemies. Try it out on the targets. Fire your Helix rockets at the targets. Finally, let me explain Fertilizer, ultimate ability. These powerful abilities can change the course of a game, but you must fully charge it before using it. Your current charge level is displayed here, at the bottom of your screen. Charge your tactical visor by damaging the training bots. Your ultimate is 50% charge. visor is charged. The tactical visor optimizes your shots so they do not miss.
No way.
What?
It kicked me out. I lost connection to the server.
Listen, you can come on. Listen.
Winning sales, I haven't seen that one yet.
Then he has to go in the water.
I've been in the water. Damn it.
At the games where they have fun. Look. Look. Random circle.
I don't care about the Fortnite thing.
It's disgusting when you eat it. It tastes like poop, right?
We begin at 11 with breaking news. Tropical depression number Tascone.
Little burst of heat to the K Center is talking about even to or the first B rain, which with beach erosion. Right in the middle or even slightly that way, yeah, getting rain well thread in the coastal impacts. Coming up, I'll have the rest of your forecast, which does include rain for the weekend, not associated with this, and the 7-day coming up in a bit.
I got disconnected again.
Not funny? Okay, funny. Prodigy, look, I got my very own, white glasses. Got to do accessories? What?
Botella de agua.
I can't. No, I can't. Just look. I'm moving my computer right now. Let me just...
And 400,000 people in Florida are still without power. And there's one community in particular.
Nadie te mandó. Avanza. Mira para allá, mira. Ay, Dios mío.
I'm gonna clean it. Don't hit me, please. I'm gonna clean it. Please.
Manny morning.
And you better eat it.
Good morning, Tony. More than half of the total deaths from Hurricane Ian occurred right here in Lee County, and you can see this devastation.
pantalón
It's also hard hit, as you mentioned, Sanibel Island,
mío,
which
este
is
bien
virtually
duro para que aprenda, de
uninhabitable.
verdad.
We were able to reach it by boat yesterday to see what's left.
You can see they're having to use barges to bring in heavy equipment and trucks. That's because the causeway here, where there are entire chunks of it that are missing, disconnected this
Avanza.
island.
Busca algo para limpiar esto.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Ian, Sanibel Island
Avanza.
hasn't just been damaged, it's been left isolated too. From above, the extent of the destruction is staggering.
Avanza.
Trees flattened, homes shredded, roads ripped apart by sand and mud. But from the ground, a clearer picture emerges of just how life-changing Ian has been and will be.
The scenes here on Sanibel Island are almost apocalyptic. You don't see a soul in the streets. There's not barely a sound here except for a few birds and some of the helicopters that are still doing rescues and bringing supplies in and out.
More than 2,000 residents have been rescued and evacuated in Florida since Ian made landfall, including Lacey McClary, a local artist who was airlifted to safety from Sanibel Island.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That's still here.
We traveled with her across the bay over the weekend at what used to be her studio on San Carlos Island. McClary recorded the storm as it tore through her friend's house where they wrote it out. When we were on Sanibel Island, she asked us to check on her house.
So unless things have moved around, I think this is her house based on all the paintings. Definitely looks like it's destroyed.
As local officials sweep Sanibel Island to find survivors, some evacuees are returning to see the damage firsthand, like the Jankowskis brothers who took a boat here.
Devastation is unreal, you know, it's kind of sad to see. It's horrible. I mean, you walk down these streets, you can't even recognize what streets they are. It's a tragedy, and that's all you can pretty much say.
Florida officials have defended the timing of evacuation orders here in Lee County, which went into effect less than 24 hours before Ian churned ashore. They've said that they issued those. They went into effect as soon as the storm's track put the county in the bullseye. But take a look. Forecasts from the days leading up to landfall show that at least parts of the county were always within Ian's projected cone, even when a direct hit looked unlikely. President Biden is expected to visit the region tomorrow. Tony?
Manny, as a former Floridian, I will say, even when people have those warnings, a lot of folks just don't want to get out. They trust riding it out in their home, and you can see the damage there behind you. Manny, thank you very much.
What is Outplay? You play and it records. You can choose exactly what you want it to record, whether it be kills, kills, assists, deaths, wins, just the action, which saves you a lot of recording space. And it's all neatly organized, which saves you time too. The list of games is huge. Just to mention a few, it works with games like Valorant, Apex, Splitgate, Rocket League, Dota 2, the list goes on. You can record the whole session or match, so you have that option too. There's an inbuilt editor so you can make quick clips and share them directly to social media or Discord friends. Did you know what's even more convenient? You can do all of this while you're still in the game. I can't find a reason not to use this. You can download Outplayed for free.
Whether in comic books or inside of the cinematic universe, the masterminds at Marvel have created a variety of powerful weapons, designed to destroy opponents, worlds, and even entire universes. Focusing in on the MCU, we have witnessed many of these weapons already, from web shooters to Iron Legions to Infinity Gauntlets. However, digging into the comic books, there are many of these weapons that we have yet to see. So in this video, we will explore and rank, from the tactical to the inevitable, 25 of the most powerful weapons that we have not seen within the MCU. Yet.
Things just got out of hand.
So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. We start our list with the infamous and ginormous robots primarily focused on capturing and destroying mutants. The Sentinels were created by Dr. Boulevard Trask.
Hello, thank you for coming.
Whose intention was to use them to save humanity from what he perceived as the threat of the mutant species. Although we have seen these destructive robots a couple of times on film throughout the Fox X-Men movies, we have yet to see them unleashed inside of the MCU. With the recent revelations of Variant Professor X and Miss Marvel's mutation, do you think we'll see Sentinels in Phase 5? Personally, I'm not really thinking Phase 5, but Phase 6 seems like a possibility. Invented by the genius and mystical Dr. Doom, the Time Platform is a machine used to send whoever stands on it into the past. Originally located in Castle Doom, we have also seen portable versions of this device. Initially needing a separate operator from Traveler, Doom eventually modified his armor circuitry so that he could time travel and operate the platform remotely. The very first time Dr. Doom had ever attacked the Fantastic Four, he used his time platform. And with Reed Richards using some sort of similar device during Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
hello, Steven.
It's safe to assume that we will see Dr. Doom's time platform in the MCU soon. During the original Sin story arc in the comics, Uatu the Watcher was assassinated on his moon base, and one of his eyeballs wound up in the possession of a mercenary known as Orb, who turned out to not be the culprit of the violent crime. However, when Nick Fury and the Avengers raided Orb's base to question him, he used the eye in a focused attack, unleashing a powerful and destructive wave of energy. Alternatively, on Earth 415 during the Marvel Future Fight story, Uatu created a stone called the Eye of the Watcher, which was intended to rupture the time stream itself. With Uatu being the primary character in MCU's What If series, do you think there's a possibility that we'll see one of his eyes removed in a future phase?
Still hope.
Nathaniel Richards of Earth 6311, aka Kang the Conqueror, has assumed many names, forms, and incarnations over the course of time and throughout the multiverse.
This is why.
Focusing in on one of the earlier of these identities, Kang at one point was historically known as Rama Tut. One of Rama Tut's most effective weapons was his ultra-diode ray gun, a technologically enhanced pistol. On high power, the ultra-diode ray was capable of draining its target's strength and powers, knocking them out simultaneously. On low power, the ray gun would sap its target's will, placing them under Rama Tut's control. With the threat of Kang looming in the future of the MCU, it's quite possible that Rama Tut and his ultra-diode ray will soon make an appearance as well. Nova helmets, designed by the Nova Corps, are worn by members of the elite team known as the Supernovas. Not to be mistaken with the Nova Force, possessed by Richard Rider, who also assumes the name Nova in the comics, Nova helmets supply its wearer with a variety of powers and technologies, including tactical software that will translate languages from different species and feed information into its wielder's brain. They also allow breathing in space or underwater. Nova helmets also grant cosmic powers to whomever is wearing them, such as flight, energy blasts, and super strength. We have met the Nova Corps inside of the MCU, however we have yet to meet Nova or any of the supernovas yet. Muramasa was an immortal madman and legendary swordsmith, most notably creating the red Muramasa blade for Wolverine. Forging the Muramasa blade using a piece of Wolverine's soul and some of his blood, Muramasa was able to extract and bond Wolverine's rage into the blade itself. Capable of slicing through solids at the molecular level, the Muramasa blade even poses a legitimate threat to supers with healing factors. Although we have seen a variation of these events in the Wolverine movie, albeit with altered character names and themes, Logan's historical adventures in Japan have yet to be documented inside of the MCU. A dwarven forged battle axe composed of Asgardian steel, Yarnbjarn is a legendary weapon proven tried and true through many battles. Originally created for one of the original Valkyries, Thor had also used Yarnbjarn as his regular weapon, long before he obtained Mjolnir. Although Asgard was destroyed, the axe may have been salvaged and kept somewhere in New Asgard. With the imminent threat of Hercules headed to Earth after Valkyrie stole Thunderbolt from Zeus in Thor Love and Thunder, perhaps King Valkyrie will discover this axe while battling with the Olympians in Phase 5 or 6. Speaking of Hercules,
I'm making this quick video because it has been 1 month since joining the Cashflow 101 system, and so what I wanted to do is make this video to show you the results that I've gotten in my first month joining the system. And so you see here there's tons of packages. I don't know exactly how many. Got a calculator right here. We're going to calculate the running total, and I'm just going to show you what kind of result that I've gotten since joining this system. Now guys, the craziest part about all of this is that the only thing that I did was plug into the system, follow the instructions, and then literally get this cash sent directly to me, hassle-free. I don't do any selling, I don't do any closing, I don't do really anything. The system takes care of it all for me, which is insane that I plugged into a system and now I'm literally getting cash sent directly to me. So let's go ahead and count this up. It's the first package. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's 1,000, 2,000, 3. So we got 3,800. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the calculator. So 3,800. I don't know about you, I don't know what your income level is, but right here, just one package, one person signed up, they sent me $3,800. This would be more than enough to replace most people's income in a month. All right, so we got a second package. $1,500 to get into the third package. And I just gotta say, you know, this has been the easiest system I've ever worked with. Simplest, the most stress-free. So let's go ahead and count this one. So the third package, 1, 2, 3, 15, 16. So we got $1,600. All right, 1, 2, 3. 13, 14, 15. So we got another 1,500. I really can't stress that enough. It's just, I almost didn't believe it, you know, just being honest. I mean, to have a system this good, these opportunities, these systems, they don't come around often. It's 1,500 again. All right, so right now we're at $9,900 for the month. I could say with just dealing with, you know, basic numbers, that's way more than the average American makes in a single month. The average American works way harder than following a system like this. That's the power of leverage. 13, 14, 15. Yeah, this tape. It's the hardest part of my day is dealing with this tape. If you're at all skeptical, all I gotta say is, you know, look at the proof, check out the system, go through it, really understand what's being leveraged to, right? So 1,800 plus 1,500, we got 3,300. All right, so got 3 more to go. How much harder do you work, and for how much money are you getting? You know, that's really what led me to sign up for this. When I heard just how simple and easy this is. Obviously, there's a risk with everything, but I tell you one thing: this definitely beats any of the jobs I've previously held. So $3,500, guys. I'm not joking. This is insane. Another $1,500. All right, last one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1,500. total of 1 month. Here's all the cash. Guys, this was sent directly to me. I didn't have to close any single person that sent me this money. The system has handled it all. Like I said, I plugged in, took a leap, I joined, I followed all the instructions, and then this is what we're seeing is the result. So, I mean, as you can see here, if you ever wanted to know what $21,000 looks like in a single month, this is what it looks like, guys. It's just gonna keep getting better, but this is my first month with the Cashflow 101 system. Really appreciate y'all checking this out. Super stoked. Y'all have a good one.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the biggest discounts online when you shop at major retailers like Amazon and Target.
You can drop prices automatically. I can show you how, but I can't do it for you. People are saving real money doing this, 160 million in the last year. Across thousands of different retailers, you'll immediately see this. See what I mean? You'll see better prices you had no idea existed. And you don't even need to ask. They just show up automatically. Download this free tool that'll give you access to the deals like the one I just showed you. Just click, click, done. That's it. Simple. It takes all of 10 seconds. No need to enter any personal information, no technical mumbo jumbo. It's that easy. What are you waiting for? It takes less than 30 seconds to start saving, and this is all 100% free.
Forged out of adamantine, the metal for which adamantium was named and referred to as the metal of the gods, this golden mace is one of Hercules' regular weapons. Easily as strong and as durable as Mjolnir, the mighty mace was created for Hercules as a replacement for the wooden club that he favored as a mortal. Only getting a glimpse of Hercules inside the MCU so far during Thor 4's mid-credit scene, it appears as though he is already in possession of his golden mace. I for one am incredibly excited at the thought of a Thor vs. Hercules movie, and it appears that will be the next endeavor for the God of Thunder within the MCU. Made of an unknown metal and capable of manipulating matter at the molecular level, the Evil Eye of Avalon is a powerful and mystical artifact. Originally placed in the care of the Crusader Prester John, the Evil Eye was thought to have exploded, but had actually shattered into 6 separate pieces, scattering across the universe. Fashioning a piece of the Evil Eye into a weapon called the Stellar Rod, John would not be the only one to come across his artifact. The dark sorceress Morgan Le Fay had once used the Evil Eye to resurrect the Fomorian sun god Balor in a battle against Doctor Strange and Black Knight. A version of Morgan Le Fay appeared in the television series Runaways, and perhaps she will return again, officially this time, within the proper MCU. Most notably wielded by 2 members of the Runaways, the Staff of One is so powerful that it is said to have made the likes of Dormammu tremble. Like a few of the other entries on this list, we have seen the Staff of One in the Runaways television series. However, it is unclear at this point if that show was part of the MCU continuity or not. Powered by blood magic, conjuring and operating this weapon requires a blood offering. Generally having an affinity towards one wielder, whoever owns or controls the staff is able to enchant and cast spells. Furthermore, the staff is stored literally within its keeper's body, and when the staff's powers begin to wane, it will reabsorb itself back into its resting place. The magical blade known as the Soul Sword was constructed out of the life force of Colossus' sister, Ilyana Rasputin, aka Magic. Forging the Soul Sword while trapped within Limbo, Magic would eventually rule over that dimension. Used to harm and nullify supernatural, mystic, and magic-based opponents, unfortunately the Soul Sword has rarely injured non-magical beings. Nonetheless, when encountering the Enchanted and combating against spellcasters, the Soul Sword is possibly the most powerful sword in the universe. Again, we have seen a version of Magic and her Soul Sword in the New Mutants. However, as far as we know, that movie remains very strictly non-canonical to the MCU lore. Although, out of all of the Fox X-Men films, that one is probably the easiest one to just tack onto the MCU, because it's largely disconnected from those other movies.
Sorry, Doctor.
Although natural and a part of his mutation, as well as being made of bone, the adamantium fused with Wolverine's infamous claws and skeleton is a procedural enhancement from his time in the Weapon X program. Literally turning him into a weapon, Wolverine was chosen for this experiment due to his uncanny regenerative healing powers, another factor of his mutation. Seeing the adamantium claws in action a number of times during the Fox X-Men films, fans more or less know what to expect when we finally get a new Wolverine within the MCU. Question remains though, who would you cast to play the new Wolverine? Let us know in the comments.
Actually, I do.
Mostly connected with Captain Britain and the team of mutants that go by that name, Excalibur is the fabled sword of King Arthur. According to legend, Excalibur was forged by the witches on Avalon, an otherworldly realm connected to the British Isles, accessible through pathways found on Earth. Of course, plucked from a stone by King Arthur, over the course of history, Excalibur has been endowed with several magical properties, capable of killing and healing anyone